The Niners are down multiple wide receivers. There's about 30,000 on the trade market. Should the 49ers trade for one? And if so, who? And if not, why not?
Who do you want?
Whoever wants to go first.
I'll go first.
I like an assertive. Go ahead.
You won. You go first.
It's cool.
Yeah. Honors, as we would do on a golf course. You got honors.
Why? Thank you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
For me, I don't think we can. I don't think we should, because that's not our issue on this team. And I know this sounds really kind of like, win one for the Gipper, but I have not seen a full 60-minute football game from this team. They have not tried as hard as they can from the opening kickoff to the last play of the game, right? Even when they lose, they find a way to implode and kind of bow out and feel sorry for themselves and move on because they know that the game is just a foregone conclusion. I don't think that we should start looking elsewhere for receivers right now, because that's not really the strength of our offense. I mean, that's not really the strength of our team, really. If we're going to do anything, we need to double down and probably get another back, because if Jordan Mason goes, then the season is definitely over. We have receivers. Kyle just doesn't have the receivers he likes. And that's why we're in this problem in the first place. If Kyle understood and got the receivers and paid BA early, okay, right, we may have got a camp out of him, and who knows, right? I'm not here to say that BA got hurt because he didn't have a camp, but it sure as hell would have helped if he had one. I don't think that there's any receiver that's going to come in here and turn around Kyle's inept passing game. That's still going to be here when we get a receiver, right? That's not going to change. Also, the truth is that we need to strengthen up our pass rush, because that's what we really actually need to go out and go get, guys. Receiver would just be a cosmetic upgrade. It wouldn't mean anything, really. There's no receiver that we could get that could completely turn things around for us. And then on top of it is that no matter what receiver you have, you still got to get the ball to them. And we got offensive line issues. So that's my take.
Thank you. Who's up next?
I'll go, since I went last time, if that's all right with you, Jesse.
Sure.
Yeah. So look, if the 49ers want to go sign like Hunter Renfrow, who's a free agent right now, okay. If they want to like trade like a 6th rounder for Adam Thielen on the Panthers, that's fine. But if you're talking about like a big name, expensive wide receiver, no, absolutely not. They paid Debo. They extended Juwan Jennings. They paid Brandon Ayuk. They drafted Ricky Pearsall. They drafted Jacob Cowan. How much capital are they going to spend at the wide receiver position? I can think of 2 or 3 other positions that lack investment and or talent that they should prioritize over wide receiver, like a defensive end, linebacker, O-line, just to name a few. It's like Kyle's just a kid who keeps breaking his toys and asking his dad for more. No, I want to see what these rookies can do. And honestly, it's getting ridiculous, the amount of investment we're putting into the position.
Okay. No, they shouldn't go trade for a wide receiver. And Grant, I'm going to take this a step further. They shouldn't trade for anybody at the deadline. They should be sellers at the deadline. The 49ers are at a crossroads right now. And the crossroads is you can either be the New Orleans Saints, who hang on to this facade of being competitive year after year after year. You get in a situation where you're shedding cap year after year to try to remain competitive, even though that window is clearly shut. In fact, they just extended Alvin Kamara right before this show started. Or you can realize it's over and do the smart thing and start shedding cap now. There is no better time to make trades of guys like Debo, Kittle, Trent, and what have you than the trade deadline. That's when teams overpay. There are teams looking at the 49ers and salivating, saying, if we get this player, we have a real chance to go win a Super Bowl. Now, no matter what, whether you get rid of Debo at the end of this year or now, or Kittle or Trent or any of these guys, CMC, Dre Greenlaw, Tarvarius Ward, all of them can be had, in my opinion. But if you get rid of them now or the end of the year, you're going to take a cap hit of some sort. But the difference is this. If you do it now, you take the cap hit next year. You have your one down year, but you recouped a bunch of draft picks, and you can go young for a year, develop, and then the year after you're competitive. If you wait till the end of this year holding on to something that clearly is not there and you're buyers and you start adding more cap to this team, not only are you having a down year next year, but you're having a down year the year after that because all your cap casualties are going to move forward and you've shot another year in the foot. And that's something you cannot do. You've got to make a decision now, realize that it's over, take next year as your L, and then bounce back in 2026. Otherwise, you're going to be down in 2025. You're going to be down in 2026 because of salary cap casualties. And then maybe in 2028, you can compete. So I would be sellers, not buyers, not just with wide receiver, but every position.
Okay, you guys did great jobs laying out your positions. I have to notice that all three of you said no. Allow me to retort. This team is not dead. They're all in for the Super Bowl this year. They were 3-5 a couple of years ago. Like, they're going to play the Dallas Cowboys. They're supposed to win that game. Then they got a bye week. Then they got Tampa. They just lost both of their wide receivers. They could win that game. Then they got Seattle. They could be 6-4 the next thing you know. And it's like, if they stand pat and they don't sign trade for a wide receiver, they're not going to win a Super Bowl. They don't have a split end on this roster. They got Chris Conley. As much as I love Jawan Jennings, not an X. Jacob Cowing, not an X. Ricky Pearsall, not an X. This team has like $54 million in cap space. I know they want to roll it over, but they could go trade for Deontay Johnson, who's on an expiring contract. He wouldn't be on the team next year, but you could just have an X receiver for the year, cost you like $7 million. I don't know if the Yorks would let him do it, but that was the best answer. I'm giving that round to me.
No,
I demand a recount. I demand a recount.
I did say Adam Thielen, and I did say Hunter Renfrow for the
That's
record.
trash, bro. No,
it's my show. I just decided that was a great answer.
No, that's trash. I'm beating you. No, you can't. I'm
Why?
beating that take.
Why? And get Kendrick Bourne. Like, there's some modest receiver you could get, because you can't start Chris Conley. I'm sorry, Chris.
No. This is the thing, is that if you're going to get an X, you're going to have to get somebody that's viable enough for you to run the offense through. And I don't think that that's out there. It just be kind of, trying to clean up the spilled milk. Or you can't put the toothpaste back in the tube, bro. It's over.
Watch me.
All right.
Jacob Cowan's X.
You don't like Deontay Johnson? I mean, he's on the Panthers. He's had a 1,000-yard season before. He's got 30 catches this year. I mean, he couldn't hurt. What are the Panthers? Anytime the Niners are in trouble, they do a deal with the Panthers. They're awful.
Adam Thielen.
Well, he's about 50.
Yeah.
Which is great for the Niners.
I don't think it's realistic. I don't see it happening.
All right,
you'll get Marquez Valdez-Scantling and be happy about it.
He's really good at everything except for catching the ball. We'll do some super chats. Get back to what?
We're ignoring that Trent Taylor's on this team. We're just gonna ignore Trent Taylor.
That's true.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Dante Pettis is available.
Jeez.
Kyle Juszczyk can play wide receiver.
Oh,
probably.
there it is. Mahomes trucked a player that was smashing KC players all game. Something ain't right. KC will win Super Bowl. Says KOSEG.